All right. Hello, everybody. Make sure this computer is where it needs to be. Hello, hello. Good evening. Today is day 6 of my 30-day challenge. Ooh, I got little horns today. I'm looking good. I feel like a little kid when he wakes out of bed. Well, they're kind of on purpose, right? I should just enjoy them. Okay. So today, day 6. Just writing the description gets me all excited because it really is truly one of those meditation, one of those things in my life that really changed everything for me. So I figured I should probably talk about it because people do ask me, what do you do? And I should be very honest of how it all began. So at the beginning, I would literally just roll out of bed and then put my back against the wall next to my bed and just sit there and do a little guided meditation for about 5 minutes. And sometimes it wasn't guided, it was just me trying to just get into the habit of the 5 minutes. So I would literally roll out of bed. Sometimes it was ridiculous because it was so close to the edge. And I'd sit. My favorite mudra is holding my hands on my lap, or putting my hands on my lap. I like my right hand underneath, my left hand on top, because left hand is considered the one for receiving. And then I just kind of hold the thumbs together. It's basically, hello, Christina. It's basically your alarm clock in a sense, right? Because once you start falling asleep and it starts falling, oh, you can come back. Um, so it was not working for me. I would fall asleep with my back against the wall. But I was adamant that I was going to get into the habit of meditation because I knew I needed it. I'm one of those people who is type A, the eldest of the family, loves everything to be, you know, just right. I'm also a Virgo, Sun Virgo, little OCD. We are. But So I obviously I had to make sure that my mind and my heart were clear for the day ahead. I noticed that I used to wake up it's funny, my husband would say that I would just go, okay. And then just because I felt like I immediately needed to just start, whatever it was that I needed to do, whether it was shower or getting food ready for the boys or whatever it was. But it was just like a, whew, yes, we are the best. Jess. Um, so that's not the way to start your day. If you're starting your day in the middle of a panic attack, we've got issues. And that's not okay. So I realized that I really needed to find a way to chill. And this is funny because, again, I was already certifying as a yoga instructor, 200 hours. But how it all started, as I always go back to, is having my sons with autism who helped me really see where I needed to be chill because I needed to deal with whatever was coming from them that day in the most calm manner. Um, I had a friend who came over and she did some Reiki. That's another video. Reiki is a fantastic video on its own. Um, but it was one of those things where everything is a progression, right? You are always handed something to show you so that you can go to the next level. So here was my yoga. And what was really cool about yoga, and this for everybody, it's a wonderful physical practice. And for someone whose mind is constantly buzzing and going, there's nothing like getting exhausted enough to then let go and let those thoughts just wash over you. So I was already type A, and then I liked hot yoga. So it's not a big no-no, but when you're doing yoga, what you want to do is find balance for your body. It is a wonderful physical practice if you know how to use it correctly. So if you've been hyped up all day, adding a hot yoga at the end of the day is not going to let you sleep. And if you do, I'm impressed. But most of us would just be like this for the rest of the night. So what you want to do is bring it down a notch. So you got to be careful. Are you using yoga just for, that invigorating exercise, or are you really using it for the holistic, wonderful physical exercise that it truly is? So what happened with yoga is that I noticed that I was calm. It was my in to finding my peace. And it's funny, my husband would actually kick me out of the house. He's like, go do yoga. Even the days that I was tired. Every time you come back, you are refreshed and you love it. It works for you. Do it. Get. And then he'd tell me to get, and then he'd take care of the boys, which is wonderful. Anyway, going through that and then deciding I'm going to meditate at home. That was the next step for me, because I enjoyed meditating and doing shavasana, which is that corpse pose at the end of every yoga class where you integrate all of the healing of the physical practice. But I noticed that I needed to learn how to quiet the mind. So I would find a way to do that by, again, like I said, starting that habit. But it was hard. It was very hard for me. So with the Reiki, that helped because I started kind of feeling into the body in a different way. This is what's, again, great about a physical practice. It calms you down. When your body's doing something autonomous, it really kind of helps your brain to kind of flush out all those thoughts that are just kind of crowding your mind. So once I got certified in yoga and I decided to do this meditation practice, things started opening up. And I have a beautiful friend who works at a Trader Joe's close by me. And I had told her that I was trying to get into meditation. And she said, oh, and then of course, and we talked about consciousness and the universe and all this other fun stuff. And she's like, oh, so you've probably read this book, The Universe Has Your Back by Gabby Bernstein. And this is a plug for her, I guess. But it really, truly is a book that I enjoyed thoroughly. I did not get a physical copy. I actually got it on Audible because at that time, I really I drove a lot. I had to go to the university and it was a 45-minute drive. And so what I noticed was that I enjoyed listening to books and the things that come while you're driving. Again, the autonomous part of you allows that quiet mind or that quiet voice that you connect to come in. That's why so many people have eureka moments while they're in the shower or they're driving, because you're allowing your body to chill so that new stuff can come in. So, hi, beautiful. So yeah, the Judgment Detox one is also great. That's her second one. Oh, no, actually, that's, I think, her seventh one. Sorry. My second one that I got into. So I had to bring that up because it was through the book of The Universe Has Your Back that I decided to make myself a little altar at home. That was the second step. So the first step was rolling out of bed, sitting down and putting my back against the wall and trying to meditate. I had an app called Calm, which was wonderful. And they had some free meditations on there, so I started doing that. So yeah, take advantage of all the free meditations. You might want to go see which ones are liked the most, because those are the ones that are probably the best and the most useful ones. There's some really great free ones for sleeping, for concentration, for focus. Just, you have to go in with discernment on what you want to find. And yes, I have been asked to do meditations. I will. At some point I will. Once I decided to make my space, I put some pictures on my Instagram for that. You guys can see it, and you've seen the boys meditating with me. It was something about me getting out of bed and walking into our walk-in closet in our 2-bedroom apartment. So no excuse saying that I don't have space. You can make the space happen. I've seen people with altars in their car, and I love that. By the way, Elizabeth Ashley comes through. She's amazing. And she has a beautiful little altar on her glove compartment of her car. So you can truly find peace anywhere. And you don't need an altar, but it's something about the physical properties that help you ground the idea of, I'm going to sit down and meditate, and this will be part of my practice. This is what I love about the Catholic tradition that I grew up in. Churches themselves are made in a way that it calls to you to be quiet. It calls to you to sit and contemplate. The incense that they use at church, it is the Holy Spirit coming in. There is something beautiful about that. So when people kind of, knock ritual, be aware that ritual is our physical way of translating something so ethereal as meditation and connection to spirit and bringing it down here. This is why I love spaces, because for me, I create the energy of whatever it is that I want to create. So the energy in this room is one of creation, yet serenity and fun. So that's the idea about behind a meditating space. My meditation space is a cutting board from IKEA, a little table placemat from Target, and then little tea candles that I love to have, and then all my rosaries, my mala beads, everything. My oh, thank you, Jess. That's wonderful. An insight timer. That's beautiful. Hello, Catherine. All these beautiful people joining. Thank you, ladies. So there's something about those spaces, right? So we bring them down. You create that space. It doesn't have to be expensive. Hello, Victoria. You can put in, like I said, those little candles, whatever is of significance to you. So what I love about, for example, in Mexico, they celebrate El Día de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead. Where really it's an honoring of the people who have passed, your ancestors. And it's a beautiful practice because you remember them in the most highest light. So that's the beauty of having pictures that resonate with you. I have a bunch of saints because, again, I just connect with them because I appreciate them. This, for example, is Saint Teresa of Avila, and I just love her. She's by my desk, and she's beaming down that connection with the Holy Spirit, and she was a writer, a very illuminated one at that. And so I love her. I love her energy. So she's by my desk all the time. So the point is, whatever it is that you require to bring you peace, and I mean the little tchotchkes that that's the only place where I have tchotchkes because for me, rosaries, malas, stones, crystals, all that stuff, it helps set that mood for me to sit in my sacred space, to be with myself and my guides and my angels and connecting with everybody. What's amazing is that when I was reading this book, and once I found, yes, I should probably do an altar, I also started doing journaling because since it was Audible, I'm a ridiculous note taker since God knows when. I write everything down. So I basically wrote the book, but this is not the whole book. This is my journal. Half of it is the beginning of the other half of the book. And I worked that book like a workbook. I applied everything that came through for me. And what was really cool is as I'm listening to the book and doing the exercises in the book as a workbook, so many things shifted and so many miracles began to happen. So this is, I wanted to share this with you today because this is what can happen through meditation and being quiet. In the book, she teaches you how to write your own faith statement. And it was really funny because when I started, the meditation thing, I had missed a page, and because I just missed it, and then I went back and I noticed, oh, that's missing here. So this is what I wrote for myself, and I said, a happy accident ? You were involved with writing down exercises and missed these pages. And this is what I ended up writing, which became my faith statement later because I was like, oh my gosh, I already wrote my faith statement. And what a faith statement is, it's just your own statement of faith in the higher power. So it's yours. It's not anybody else's. You're not reciting anything that doesn't feel like it's powerful enough for you. So this just happened to come in when I was in that meditative state. Yes, journal after meditation is one of the best things you can do. Thank you, Jamie. So this is what I wrote down for myself. I said, I love you. Have a wonderful day, Nicole. Know that the universe is with you at all times and that the best plan for you is already in place. Have fun, let go, be brave, and be at peace. And it was the sweetest thing. Yes, create your own. Of course, you can have mine if you want. But it came to me. And then when the book when in the book she decides, okay, now you got to write your faith statement. I was like, oh my gosh, I already wrote it and I've been using it. And the faith statement can also be your mantra. It can be your way to remember to connect, to remember the powerful, most beautiful being that you are, because each and every one of us is. Everybody's supposed to be here. Everybody decided to come down here. Whether you believe me or not, that's how I see it. So that's the beauty of even the people that upset me. I know that it's not them upsetting me. I have something that I am judging about them, that is upsetting me, and so it's a fear of mine. So I decide to let it go within me so that I can be peaceful and I can allow them to be who they are, because I can't change that, right? I can't change anybody. Again, something my beautiful children have taught me. Plus, I wouldn't want to change them. But I do have the job of parenting. So how do you motivate, right? I'm always talking about motivation because I'm seriously thinking about it all the time. How to help them to motivate themselves to choose the highest and the best for themselves. But it's their path. That's the beauty of being embodied souls. We get to live our own lives. We can't make anybody do anything, and people can't really make us do anything either. So I hope that this helps in terms of for you guys to find a way to meditate. Don't take it as a chore, because it's not a chore. If it is a chore for you, then wait a little bit. Maybe it's not time yet. But if you can find a way to make it a joyful experience, make it an experimental one. Like, what will happen if I start doing this? Because that's what's really cool. When I started reading my journal and going back, I'm like, oh my gosh, I totally forgot that I was in that mindset. And then this sign came in, because I'm a big believer in signs, because it's truth. The stuff that I've had happen is nuts. I mean, even my mom's a walking, talking miracle. My children are. I mean, we all are. When we start focusing on that, then life becomes much more fun and joyful. If you are still grieving, of course, allow yourself, thanks, Jamie, allow yourself to grieve, be sad, have your tantrum, because we're allowed to have our tantrums, absolutely. But then see what it is that needs to be healed in you, or let go if the word healing doesn't resonate. But whatever it is that you are, it's a hang up. Let go of that baggage so that you can be light and move forward, and then seeing what other opportunities come in. Because that's the thing about judgments. When we have them, and this is, again, meditation does this, it lets go of the blinders so that you can see all opportunities. And if you can't see them, by meditating and connecting, because meditation and prayer are two different things, but at least with meditation, you can start that, and then you can get into that prayer mode. But so when you open up, you'll get more possibilities, more miracles coming your way, and just life gets so much more fun. And then you get these beautiful people all around you. That's what's really neat too. The more I got into this side of things, people are sweeter. I hardly encounter quote unquote jerks anymore, because again, yeah, my mindset has completely changed, but I just don't see them popping up for me anymore. I pray for everybody. I really, truly do. When I say I send love, light, and healing to everyone, I do every day, twice a day, and maybe a few more times, because if someone says, hey, pray for me, you got it. It's being sent. So anyway, I hope this is of service to all of you. I will see you guys tomorrow for day 7 of the 30-day challenge. It's kind of cool. I have some momentum. It's happening. I'm going to upload this to my YouTube channel. So if you missed this, make sure that you go over to YouTube, look me up as Nicole Laswell, 2 S's, 2 L's. Subscribe if you would like to hear more videos, because after the 30-day challenge, I, of course, will probably continue uploading videos, maybe not do as many Facebook Lives. Sweet lady, Jamie. So yeah, just find me over there and share, of course, if you can, just because I know that people need to hear some more hope in their lives, and hopefully this helps them to create something for themselves, which will in turn change the world. So love y'all. Have a lovely, lovely evening, and I will catch you tomorrow in the next video. God bless. Bye.